What up, crypto lovers and enthusiasts? TGIF. Bitcoin moved up today, huh? We're going to take a look at that. We're also going to look at a crypto token, a crypto project in gaming called Kompete. All right, I actually picked up some more today. I am about, well, depending. I am anywhere from 60% in to less than half. It depends, because I haven't decided exactly how much money I'm going to allocate to it. But the current amount of allocation, I'm about 60% in. All right, so we're going to look at that. It's a good token, and as things start moving up, you really want to start being in your position so that you can be ready for the bull run. But we're going to talk about all that stuff on the other side of this. And so, without further ado, let's do this. And yesterday was my birthday, so I'm going to try to make this real quick. All day today, I was just hungover. I had to get up and do some work this morning, and I've just been super slow all day today. Boy, did I drink last night. But it was fun. I spent it with my son and my BM, and we had a good time. So it was good. It was totally worth it. Yeah, so I'm happy. Even though I'm 43, I'm happy. And then this morning I wake up and I see that Bitcoin has moved. I'm like, oh wow, okay. So that's the first thing that we're gonna look at today, guys. As you can see, we are clearly in an uptrend, right? Now, some people think that this could be the semblance of a head and shoulder. For that to happen, more or less, it would have to start breaking down from here and come back down, right? That's a strange head and shoulders, but I mean, I guess I could see that. And if that's the case, then that's a bearish pattern, and the neckline would probably be somewhere right here. So let's just see, right, from here to here, more or less, roughly. Where would that take us? That would take us down to, let's say the breaking point would be right here, more or less. That would take us down to around 21,000. Okay. Interesting. And then while I was looking at the other markets, I mean, this is the highest that we've ever been for these bond yields. We touched that 5%, and then we came back down. So that's interesting. The Dow Jones doesn't look good. The Nasdaq, that was just the Nasdaq. The Dow Jones doesn't look that great, right? The Nasdaq neither. The S&P, nope. And the dollar looks relatively strong. Still, right? Relatively strong. Are we gonna come up here? I don't know. Do we even touch up here now? Oh, I don't know. It depends, right? Right now, it looks like it's just maybe taking a little bit of a respite after all of this move up, right, from this coming down. So, but I mean, if the dollar is strong, that's bad for the markets. But what's up, Bitcoin? What's up, Bitcoin? Look at this, right? The correlation with Bitcoin and like the Nasdaq and the S&P right now seems to be fairly weak right now. But I mean, it does ebb and flow, right? Sometimes the correlation is a lot stronger, sometimes it's not. What is the reason for this upsurge? I don't know. Damned if I know. There was one thing that I thought might have had options right here. 640 million in BTC options set to expire today. That could be one of the reasons. Yesterday, the SEC filed to dismiss their civil suit against 2 executives from Ripple. Maybe that's some interesting news that could cause some type of bullishness. I don't know. But I do know that Bitcoin is looking strong, and as I've mentioned, this is my other chart that kind of has me thinking, you know, we could be doing something like this. Maybe we don't reach it all the way like we didn't in April 14th, right? Maybe, right? But it seems that we are heading up here somewhere, right? Up here, maybe we spend some time like we did here, which would be how long? I'm saying before we 54 days. So 54 days would bring us more or less, let's say around here, right? 54 days would bring really close to the end of the year. All right, so maybe we do spend some time up here, like I'm guessing, before coming back down on the other side of this year. I mean, on the other side of this in 2024. Maybe it's possible, right? It's looking less and less likely that we're going to drop right now, unless there's like a black swan. All right, so while we see this, right, we all get excited. We all start getting some type of FOMO. So we want to take a look at least I do. I want to take a look at altcoins that I still have capital in, right, and that I want to put in, position myself so that I can be ready for this bull run. Fear and greed index is neutral, so that's pretty interesting. So let's look at this real quick, and then we'll talk about Kompete. Last 24 hours. Let's put it on my watch list. Let's see. Last 24 hours. What has moved? Dion Protocol. I watch it. I'm not in it. Tectum. I watch it. I'm also not in it. I have to do more homework on this. Jeez, I can't speak today. Wonder why. 15%, 14%. Image generation AI has had a hell of a week. Last 7 days up 57%. Last 24 hours it's up 11%. This is like a mid journey, right? In crypto, it gets a lot of usage, guys. You know, if you go in here, you will see the IMG and AI. Oh, this is the new one. I can't show that. Let's see. Right here, IMG and AI. Price 7,800 something comments. I mean, there's a lot of activity. There's a lot of activity. Let me see if I can find the other one. There's another one that's just always constantly moving in there because they're generating images. This is also, interestingly enough, this play is also a bot in Telegram, a Telegram bot. And if you look in CoinMarketCap, there's actually categories where bots are one of them. Telegram bots are one of the categories, and this is like up there. So if you never heard of this one is pretty interesting. I have a small amount of money. I've made money in this already. I bought and sold this. And I have a small amount of money in here, and that's cool. And that's cool with me. It's moved up a lot. We'll look at this chart too, because this is interesting. But I don't know if I put any more money in it. Maybe if it drops again, because it is pretty volatile, and I could see it drop again if the rest of the market drops. But I'm pretty happy with my position, and I think it'll do well. Could it do 100x? Possible. But yeah, it's had a good week. All right, we'll just leave it at that. Loop Network, I do have a little bit of it. It had a buzz earlier in the year and still has somewhat of a buzz. I'm not completely convinced on it, but sold on it. But I do have a small little position just in case, because it did have a buzz, right? And this is a layer 1 play. Credify also had a good week, finally turning around. This is a real world asset play. They do more like lending, but I don't know why they're in real world assets, why they're considered in that narrative. They do more like lending. They're based over in Europe, but the team is strong. They're working a lot. They put a lot of work in, so I'm glad finally starting to see some movement up. We'll look at the chart there. I think if I remember, Relio Network had a good 24 hours, 11%. WadsPay, really bullish on this. I started buying some more again recently, and I did buy this morning. This morning I bought WadsPay because I think it's going to do well. Just shy of 100,000 WadsPay, and I paid so far a total of like $400 or something like that. So that's cool. Veracity, this is one that should be looked at. This is one that I think will do really, really well. It's kind of an older coin, and usually I don't like to pick up older coins, but I think Veracity is the exception. I have 1 million tokens. I'm riding with that, and I think it'll do well. Could it hit $1? Very much possible. Nakamoto Games, flying still. Thankfully, I put tiny bit more in the 60 cent range. I waited for it to get back down to 60. It never did, and that's just been the story with me in Nakamoto Games. It's just slipping away from me, but I have a small little position, a good position, and I expect big things from Nakamoto Games. I wish I would have bought it earlier, because this thing is gonna fly. Morpheus Labs, I don't care to talk about, although I am invested in it a little bit, but you don't really hear too much about it. Hopefully it surprises us and does something well. It's had a relatively good 24 hours. Landshare, okay, nice. A good 24 hours, up 6, almost 6%. This is a good project, real world assets. I'm very bullish on this, and I have a nice bag of that. Ori Chain's having a pretty decent 24 hours, 5%. Kompete, almost 5%. It's down 20% the last 7 days, and that's why I decided to pick it up today, because it hit an area where I thought, okay, it's not bad. It's not bad to accumulate some more. All right, I'm going down the box. Labs Group having a bad a bad week, a bad like month or so. Let's see what it looks like the last 7 days. IMG NAI is the big winner. Wads pay 46%. UFO Gaming, I was in it. I'm not in it right now. Block Square token, I have a small position just in case because it's the real world asset play. Again, Nakamoto Games, 8pay. 8pay, I have a good sized position in it, unfortunately for now. The team doesn't really talk too much. I wouldn't recommend it, but I'm gonna hold on to it just in case because apparently they do have a good product. They're in payments, just like Wads Pay is in payments. All right, so that's that in a nutshell. Now let's look at some charts. Let's see, Kompete. Let's talk about Kompete first and look at the Kompete chart first. Before we look at the other charts. Where is it? Now, Kompete is a gaming play. All right, their games look pretty cool. The team is very focused. They don't want VC money. They just want their game to be awesome. They want their gaming experience to be awesome, and I really like that. The in here, right? You can just tell. You can just tell because the team does talk in here with us, the community, right? And they are just laser focused. This is what the game looks like. I made a buy in here today, chatted in here. Good community, and I like that. And it's still relatively new, relatively new in the development of this game. A couple of bad things about it. There's a 4% tax. You have to put the slippage to 4% when you're buying it on Uniswap, and you can only buy it on Uniswap. They have no desire right now to go on any central exchanges for now because they need that tax so that they can build the game. It's expensive, and also expensive is to buy it, to buy the crypto because you have to use Uniswap. It's which is on the Ethereum network, and that's super costly. You know, at first that's why I was hesitant to invest in it. But man, the community won me over. Just the information on it, the fact that the team is like really working hard, won me over. And so I see big things for Kompete, and that's why I'm like, you know what? Even though I have to pay more, I have to pay this tax and everything, it's still worth it. So that says a lot. I hate using Uniswap. I don't like to use it at all, and I do it because I like this. I like this game. I think this project is you know, definitely 100x potential. Now we're looking at the wrapped Ethereum chart. So this number is different. I think it's like 2 cents. Let's see right here real quick. All right, pretty good tokenomics. 11.6 million market cap. Fully diluted is at 17.6 million. All right, so that's really good. 67% is in circulation. Again, no VC money. Team is like super focused on what they're trying to do and build, and it seems like they got a good game. They got a good product, guys. They really do. And again, you can only buy it Uniswap. I guess OpenOcean, never heard of it, and X Markets also never heard of it. But interesting. It's more expensive there. Uniswap 17 cents. OpenOcean is, wow. I'm sorry, not 17 cents, 0.017 cents. OpenOcean is 0.016. Interesting. I should see what that is, but I don't know. All-time low. From its all-time low, it's already up 1,226%. But I think it's still got a long ways to go. And that fact that it's in gaming, right? Gaming is going to be a huge narrative in the next bull run, guys. All right. And this chart looks pretty damn good, right? Are we on the top of this channel, and could we come back down? Maybe. I thought I wanted to buy more right here, and I waited and patiently waiting to get for it to come down here. And this morning when I saw it, I'm like, oh crap, it's touched it. I'm like still out of it. I'm like, I gotta buy some Kompete. So I had to move some money, some crypto from Binance Smart Chain, change it over to Ethereum so that I can buy it get that Ethereum, get that on my MetaMask in the Ethereum network, and buy Kompete on Uniswap. It's a little process, but again, totally worth it. I believe in this project. This project looks really strong. If it goes below down here and we do come to this ascending line, I'm gonna put the last of my money in. So I'm gonna be patient and see. Maybe we drop a little bit. You know, we do have this is a nice little pump, and maybe we retrace back down here, see what happens. And if it does, I will be so happy, and I will buy the rest and just hold from there. I don't think I would add more, but you never know. It's hard to find good projects, guys, and this is one of them. So instead of speculating on a project that I don't have that much conviction in, I'd rather, you know, put it in this. So yeah, so that's Kompete. Let's see what else. Sinverse is another one that I like. The chart is actually close to all-time lows. I'm fully in. 0.0025 is my average buy, which is good. And right now I'm 0.0024. Sinverse I can see doing really well too. Not a lot of people are talking about it. They should. This game looks awesome, and people have said, like they've said with Kompete, the people that I've spoken to that have played it are like, the game is good, and the same people, well, not the same people, but people also said the same about this game, Sinverse. Interesting. Let's see, what other chart that I thought. Relio, my buy is 13 cents, and Relio looks like it wants to pump. Let's see. We've been down this ascending line. We've been going down this ascending line. Do we continue like this, or do we finally break up from here? Which would be cool. I'm fully in this one too. I have all that I want. I would buy some more, but only if it comes back down to 10 cents, and I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know that'll happen, considering that Bitcoin is moving so nicely right now. But you never know. Not everything looks all that rosy, and Bitcoin does like to surprise us. So it could be that maybe they're setting us up for a fall. And if that happens, then obviously the altcoins will drop in comparison, and I will go shopping if there are sales. All right, and that's why I also wanted to make this video, because guys, now is the time really to especially if you haven't been invested, if you haven't looked, now's the time to really start DCAing, dollar cost averaging in. All right, Nakamoto chart. Look at this bad boy. I did buy some more here, right here, thinking it could go back down, or right here, basically. It didn't, and now it's coming back up. Maybe it comes back down again. We'll see. And if it does, at 60 cents, I'll buy some more. Because I believe in the project. Veracity has given back this pump. Not a bad area to accumulate. My price is 0.0044, and right now it's at 0.0048. Interesting, guys. Interesting. What else? WattsPay. WattsPay is looking strong. Look at this. Boom. Let's look at W. Maybe a double top. Let's see if it does. Hopefully it does. It does come back down, because I am still accumulating. Although I did buy today, I bought lower. I think it was at like 2.2. Previous day I bought it like 2.1. And right now it's 0.025. All right. Good project. You can buy it on Bitmart. And it looks strong. The chart looks really strong, right? Relative to where it's been, it's still at a good price, guys. It's still at a good price. All right, and that's it. Let's look at Trias really quick. Trias is steady. Trias is steady right now. Maybe just building a base. You know, just oscillating right here before maybe another big start, another move up. But Trias is I'm huge fan of Trias. This is probably my biggest holding next to B-Chain. Trias is my second biggest holding. All right, because I'm very bullish on this project. That's my average buy, 288. Let's see what happens here. Maybe it stays in this zone between 330 and doesn't really drop down below 288. It hasn't really, right? Recently, in recent history, the lowest it's been, which is at around October 11th, which is like $33, right? It's at 330 right now. Let's see if we can finally stay over 330 and start climbing up into this area between 330 and 384. Let's see what happens. Guys, I'm gonna leave it there. But Kompete, if it's not on your radar, it should be. Yes, 4% tax when you buy. Yes, you have to buy it on Uniswap, so it's more expensive. But it is worth it, guys. It is worth it, in my opinion. All right, because I just see a lot of good things. Definitely check out the game. Check out the game, and then you tell me. I could picture college kids playing this game. It looks good, and again, the team is laser focused on creating the best gaming experience possible. So I hope they can achieve it. I'm betting that they will. And now it's on your radar if it wasn't before. All right, guys, if you can like, subscribe, leave a comment, that would be greatly appreciated. Tap that bell to receive all the notifications, because I do videos Monday through Friday. Okay, enjoy your weekend, guys. We'll talk later, probably Monday. Peace.